It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, we live in the age of technology where everything is just a click away, and you can share your holiday experiences with your closest friends with a quick click of the finger. But you don't have to be a professional to take amazing travel photos. All you really need is your mobile phone to capture some of the best moments of your life. Now, our friends at Travelstart have kindly agreed to share their secrets and show us how to shoot the best mobile photography. And here to share more about that, Lyle Scritton, who is the digital PR strategist for Travelstart. Good morning, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I am very, very good. I'm so happy. You guys basically have answered every single question that I've had ahead of my trip that's coming up very, very soon. But let's talk about mobile photography.
Cool.
What are the tools that you need to take the best travel photos, and are there any extra gadgets that you need along the way?
Like I told you, just off air, is that I'm not actually like a professional photographer, but just to give some people some tips and help and advice. Apps that we can use these days are things like Adobe Lightroom, Snapseed, and VS Code. Those are sort of the editing apps that you can use for editing images after the fact. Things like a mobile tripod, very small tripods help with stabilization, and obviously selfie sticks, monopods. They're all great helps to getting those stable, steady, because you know some people, their hand shakes.
Exactly, exactly. We don't all have a steady hand. How can you ensure the best result? Like I think you did mention get a tripod and things like that, but when you're using the front or back facing lenses, can you adjust features and resolutions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest using the front camera. That's more for yourself, as your duck face in front of Eiffel Tower, doing your duck face, but you're not actually getting the Eiffel Tower itself. So I would recommend using the rear-facing camera. Obviously, it's got higher megapixels, that sort of thing. When adjusting resolutions, just bear in mind, the higher the resolution, the more storage the image might just take on your phone, so take that into account. Things like adjusting your ISO and that sort of thing, I would recommend leave that to the camera. It's the reason why they're calling it smartphones these days. Of course,
because it can do that.
But for more advanced users, definitely you can set the ISO and resolutions and all
And then lighting is so important. Like the biggest sadness is when I have photos that are just not lit properly.
Lighting, like, as you can see over there, photographers or professional photographers always speak about this thing called the golden hour.
Yes.
So the golden hour is basically the time of day just after sunrise and just before sunset. So that's when the light of day is basically softer, more redder, more softer tones, and you get great images like silhouettes, things like taking portraits or landscape photography. So those are the great time to take those type of images.
And what about taking pictures at night, though?
At night, again, like I said, cameras or phones are called smartphones for a reason. So there are modes like night mode that you can set it to, which makes it so much easier to use. Other things like setting your shutter speed to be much slower. So if you think of shutter speed, it's basically, if you think of blinds or shutters, the slower the blinds close, the more light it will come in. The quicker it closes, the less light comes in, basically. So you bring in more light when you're using a much slower shutter speed. But just stick to the camera's automatic settings and you shouldn't go wrong. Things like using natural light, street lamps, indoor lighting, or just use the built-in flash. You shouldn't go wrong.
Very nice. And then any final tips for anyone wanting to take some really great pictures?
Really great pictures. I prefer using it obviously in landscape mode. So using things like rule of thirds. So rule of third is basically you get grid lines on your phone or your camera itself, and so it's broken up into 3 pieces, obviously thirds, and you always want to set your focus on the left or the right third, and instead of just having your image just directly in the center, smack bang in the center, So you can get great shots like that,
Very, very nice. And of course, how can Travelstart help us to get these picture-perfect destinations?
So if you have any destination in mind, take Cape Town, for example, just go searching for, or going onto Google, searching Travelstart and the destination that you want to go to, it will pop up, and there we have the best time to visit each and every place. So you don't want to go to a place and find out, oh no, it's raining, it's storming, or monsoon season up in Asia. So obviously taking into account the best time to go to these sort of places. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. You guys are just keeping us up to, up to scratch with everything that we need to know. Thank you so much, Lau. You've been absolutely amazing. I have the travel feels just by looking at all of those amazing pictures, and it's just another amazing way to enjoy hassle-free, budget-friendly getaways with travelstart.co.za.
Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.